Hi. Welcome to the Y Podcast, just two regular assholes. My name is Brian,
William,
and we're trying to do something a little bit different. Nothing against a lot of the podcasts, but a lot of people like to keep it simple. They like to keep it politically correct. We
right,
want to know why a lot of people aren't asking the questions that we want answers
hmm
to. Uh,
right.
Basic example is something like, why are we in Iran? Why are we doing this? Why are we doing that? A great question that we're going to try and talk about here a little bit is, why do we have a two-party system?
Yeah.
And I mean, that's just one of many, but it just seemed like a good place to start. What do you think?
I think that's great. And today, two everyday assholes. I mean, like, people want to like be so politically correct or whatever. We're not trying to do that. Actually, we want the comments, the feedback. People vent. I mean, say what, this is a place where you can comment and vent, respond back, say what you've been feeling, what's been going on with you. You know, we believe that being just two regular guys, we have questions and we have opinions about different things, and we do our homework to understand these matters as good as we can understand them. But it's not all about us; it's about us. So, you know, that's what this podcast. That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. And again, my name is Will. Brian. Hey,
But yeah, because there's so many questions out there that a lot of people don't ask, or ask, and then you never hear again. Like, what
right.
happened to auditing Fort Knox? Where's our gold? Uh, why are all these guys that create or commit all these crimes all of a sudden let out on probation and they end up killing somebody?
That happened.
Yeah, it's amazing to me, just that one alone, for the fact
Right,
that
exactly.
if you were a bartender and you served, knowing I was drunk and you kept serving me booze, I went up and got in a car wreck and I killed somebody, guess what? You could be held liable for that.
Yeah,
Why in the hell are these judges being
right.
held liable for letting killers and assaulters
Exactly.
out on the street? It doesn't make sense.
Y'all made the law. We
Yeah,
didn't.
I mean, it's just stupid little things
Right.
that need to be answered, but for some reason, you go to Fox News or CNN, this is never going to get answered. And if
No.
it ever gets even mentioned, it's amazing to me. But I mean, you want to start with the first one, see what people think? Like, why do we have a two-party system? Do you have an opinion on that?
I mean, look, when I first studied on this, when you was talking about proposing that as a topic, before I even got through, I kind of came to the answer. I was like, oh wow, why do we have a two-party system?
Mhm.
So, for what? What was the conclusion of it? It's all the same.
Yeah, in my opinion, you have a Democrat Party
Mhm.
that is trying to destroy the country as quickly as possible. Saw that with Joe Biden. Now you have Donald Trump, a Republican. The Republicans, in my opinion, are trying to slowly manage the destruction of the country. What's the difference if it's fast or slow? It's still right there in the middle. I mean, the reason I brought that one question up, and everybody's heard about this, especially if you got an X or a Facebook account, you go to APAC Tracker. It literally shows all the politicians that take money from basically Israel.
That's right.
You have
That happened.
435 congressmen in the United States. You have 100 senators in the United States Senate. Out of all those people, 535, over 435 of them take money from APAC. Now, my question is why? And besides the fact that politicians are greedy, you have to look at everything. And it's not just them. I mean, you have all these major corporations that take money from APAC, or they take money from corporations, period, just to get what they want. BlackRock would be a great example of that as well. And it's just,
And you know what? We have to acknowledge too that hey, y'all some smart people out there. Tell us. We've come to our conclusion what a lot of this stuff is about, and we're still working to figure it out or try to understand it. And but y'all tell us. Let us. I mean, like I said, I'm high on that feedback because I like for people to say, hey, bring it on. Let's go. Let's go. And this guy right here. I'm getting real practical with you or whatever. You say something crazy to me, I might say something crazy back. Same thing, but at the same time, listen. In all seriousness, you know, we care about this country and living here, and we're not babies. We didn't just get here. We've watched a lot of this. I started to say shit unfold right before our faces, being our age group. And we're like, man, what? Come on, man, for real. And it does it, talking about it. Yes, that's very important.
It's just sad the state that this country has.
Absolutely. That's for that's for certain. It's just sad, and it's affecting like directly. I mean, like at one time in the history, um, even though it was like it's beginning to infect a lot of people. It's one thing to be affected by something, but now this stuff is infecting people. When you get to talking about healthcare and gas prices and food prices, food. I mean, like you're infecting people. With your crap,
Mhm.
with your crap, you could fix this. We see people there's people up there in the political things that can fix this kind of thing, right?
The problem is they've actually look at our money system.
Yeah,
You have a dollar that is not valued on anything anymore. That's what gold was for. And they took it off that reserve and then they started printing it. There's a good Joe Rogan piece out where he's talking to the conservative guy that ran for prime minister up there last time.
right,
He was telling him it's funny as hell because from 55 to like 2005, the number of houses in the United States doubled.
right,
Okay.
right. I've seen this
But
report.
the amount of money printed in that amount of time was 30 times that. Okay. So, I mean, and he gave a good example. If you're going to back your dollar on apples. You got 10 apples, so you print $10. Okay. So that means that the value of that apple is $1, right? What happens if you print $30? One apple's going to cost you $3. See the difference? That is what we're living through right now.
Exactly,
And
exactly,
that is one of the reasons, the
exactly.
biggest reason why your food costs so much. And if you think it's bad now, just wait until, I don't know, maybe another week and you'll see
Right.
with
Oh
all the
yeah.
oil being
Oh yeah.
cut off,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
which amazes me. We
And
have our
then
own oil, but for some reason we don't use
and then it's the how it's been done. That's the that this doesn't do this that don't do anything but make it worse. It's not just that it's happening, the how it's happening. You're going I mean, 3-year-olds can ride a tricycle better.
it. Well, it starts with education. A lot of people don't want to hear that
And that's what
crap.
this podcast is
It's
leaning toward that way that, hey, do y'all do research.
Well, how many videos, if you go on Facebook, if you go on X, you go on Instagram, whatever, it doesn't matter, where somebody comes out and literally says, okay, can I ask you a few questions? And the first thing they ask them is something like, who fought in the Civil War? And the idiot says France. Yeah. Your little hand is on the 3 and the big hand is on the 12. What time is it? And they can't even tell you what time it is on a clock.
Exactly.
This has been done on purpose. And
Yeah.
I said, I mean, I graduated in the early 90s, but even from then, from up to 2000, you started to see a significant difference. And a lot of the problem, unfortunately, comes from people paying more attention to this damn thing than
Yeah.
they did anything
And,
else.
and, and not
And
not just this bull crap on this. There's some good valid information and things you could really listen. I'm a person too that's also a believer. So where the word says, "See that you walk circumspectly," hey, this will help you get do that. You can really pay, but it's a choice, and it's kind of been advertised and pressed so much the bull instead of the real. Let's push the real. You dig what I'm saying, Brian?
Mhm.
Let's push the real down and let's celebrate the bull. You know, listen, man. We're in a mess, and this podcast is about the title itself says something, and I hope you do dig a little bit further into that. That expression of opinion is like. an asshole. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has one. Well, we're two that do.
Yeah.
And we just decided to put it out there, and we like we like we like feedback. We hear from you guys too. We learn stuff too. That's what it's all about.
It's we're going to be on X. We already have an actual X account.
Yes.
It's just like it sounds. The Y podcast, two regular assholes. It's spelled a little bit different because you can't just say
Tell them
asshole.
one more time. The Y
Okay.
Podcast.
Two regular assholes. But like I said, it's got asterisks instead of S's. We'll put it up on the screen when we get done before we post this one. But yeah, please keep in touch with us and let us know what you think. Hopefully, it'll get a little bit better and a little bit
Oh
easier
yeah.
to flow as
Oh
things
yeah.
go on.
Yeah.
But we've got a lot of things to talk about. I mean, think
All
about
right.
that. Why are they poisoning our food?
Oh my God.
Uh, why are they hiding JFK's assassination paperwork? Trump said he was going to release it, but there's already a whistleblower saying there's 10,000 pages. He didn't. Uh, why was Malcolm X the bad guy and Martin Luther King Jr. was the good guy? I mean, just things like that.
Yeah.
There's so many questions. In fact, if anybody out there wants to talk, or has an idea or they want something they want to talk
Oh
about,
yeah.
please
That's
let
good.
us know. Maybe we'll
That's
get
right.
lucky at some point. We'll be able to do some X spaces as time goes
Cool.
on.
Yeah.
That's what we're hoping for
Right.
anyway. We'll see what's going on. But like I said, just give us your feedback. Keep it clean, please. We
Yeah.
try and
Right.
be gentle. This is
Yeah.
the first
Yeah.
time either
Yeah.
of us has
Yeah.
ever tried to do something like this,
Yeah.
and we just kind of want to get going and just keep rolling with it. And hopefully, we'll get
He
better
said
and
me
easier
keep
about it.
clean. He got thick skin. Been still
Okay, I do too, but I was trying to be nice.
before your asshole. But anyway, yeah, that's the deal, y'all. That's the deal, y'all. We love you guys. Thank you for jumping on the podcast, checking us out. Hey, thank you.
Yep, thankful. Hopefully, we'll be doing another one here very,
Yeah.
very shortly. We'll post it on X. Let everybody know if you want to do Facebook, we can do Facebook too. Okay.
We shoot for weekly. We shoot
Yeah,
for weekly.
shoot for weekly, but no
At
guarantee.
least twice a week. I mean twice a month. Yeah. All right.
But
Good
we'll let
deal.
you know. Thank you for your time. Appreciate it.
Thank you. All right.